Hey everyone, we're back with this Humble Heroes series where we're introducing you to some of the nonprofit organizations right here in the Triad that are fundraising through the human race, which has been around for 26 years. Many of them are repeat fundraisers, and we offer this event as one big fundraiser for over 75 nonprofits to utilize and raise money to further their missions. Today, I'm hanging out and chatting with Jane from After Gateway. Hey Jane, how are you?
Hi, Jordan.
Tell us what After Gateway is.
After Gateway is a day health program for individuals with severe developmental and intellectual disabilities. They are also medically fragile. So we provide a place where they can come for the day and have a meaningful quality day. We work on goals, we work on getting into the community, some academic goals, activities of daily living, and really most of the time just have a great time. It's a fun program. The participants love coming to After Gateway, and we love having them there.
Oh, good. That's amazing. And so you tell us what your role is and how did you get involved in After Gateway?
Okay, I'm the executive director, and it's funny. After Gateway opened in December of 2001, and I'm also a music therapist, and I began there as a music therapist in 2002. So I've been with them quite some time. And then I became a board member and eventually vice chair of the board, and was on the board for about 10 years. And then this, I was supposed to come to After Gateway to do some consulting while they were looking for an executive director. And that was 2.5 years ago, and I'm still there. So I think I'm it now. But it's a wonderful program. As a music therapist, I go into did go into lots of programs. And I can honestly say that it's the best program I've ever been into. The staff is amazing. And the participants, if anyone ever, not now, not during COVID, but if anyone ever wants to come visit us, I'd be more than happy to give you a tour. You'll fall in love.
Yes. And so the population that you serve, are they different ages?
They're adults. The way After Gateway actually got started was, you may have heard of Gateway Education Center. And back in the 90s, there were some parents standing in the hall, and they were talking about, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities can stay in school in North Carolina until they're 21. And their kids were high school age. And it was like, what are we going to do after Gateway? And they got together, and with help from a lot of, local organizations, they were able to start out. And they started with, I think, 3 or 4 participants, and we're up to 40 some now. It's just an amazing program. We've grown from, I think they started with 1 classroom, and we have 6 classrooms now. So it's a pretty cool place. And we do have a nurse there full time because they do have health issues as well.
That's amazing. Good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So a lot of the programs that you offer look a little bit different now. We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
And I'm sure your population, because of just different medical needs and disabilities, have a much higher risk in this.
They are by definition high risk because they are medically fragile.
Okay. So what does it look like for you guys now? How has the pandemic affected your program, and what are you kind of
quite a bit at first, more so at first than it is now. So we actually closed the facility. The offices are still open, but we actually closed, as far as, I don't like to say the program's closed because we're still going. We're just not coming to the actual physical facility right now. We offer something called day supports, which usually happens at our facility. We also offer respite, and that would happen in the home. But the day supports, well, obviously, if you can't come to the program, what are we going to do? So we send staff into the homes, and they run the goals just like they're, because all the participants have goals, they run them just like they're at the program. Out of our, only about half of our participants are receiving in-home day supports. Some of it because they may be in a group home, which they're also under a quarantine and cannot, we are not allowed to come in. And then some parents just, and very, very understandably so, because of the health risks, they didn't want to expose their child to any other people or their So yeah, so that's one thing. However, we quickly figured that I think we realized how much we missed each other. And this is something that good that has come out of this. We usually have 2 group activities. I mean, they have all kinds of activities a day, but 2 group activities a day. And so we're continuing that. And we're also continuing our music therapy program. And we do it through Zoom. And so they all meet for groups twice a day. They don't all come to every group. And even our staff, all our staff, thanks to a PPP and to retainer payments, are at their full working hours. But even those who aren't working with participants, they'll come too. And so we'll all see each other virtually. And granted, it's different, but I had a staff member tell me yesterday that her participant, who is nonverbal, but she said when she starts hearing all of her peers' voices, that she just breaks into this huge smile. And it's, for me, a lot of my job is, well now, it's just a lot of Zoom meetings and paperwork and things like that, and policies and procedures. And for me, it's the happiest part of my day, is to be able to go on and see the participants, because I miss them. And we all get in this field, obviously not for the money. We get in it because of that we care about these people. And so not to have the contact with them, that's difficult. It's very difficult. So having these Zoom meetings, this is something that we're going to keep doing. Once this is over, I'm thinking, okay, so if we have a participant who has to be out because they've had surgery or something like that, well, great, they can still, I mean, not great that they've had surgery, but great, they can still be part of our program. And I think it's so important we continue the day supports, because they need that routine and they need the interaction. We don't want them to, fall back. We want them to keep, progressing on their goals. So that's been a good thing. There's a lot of things about this that hasn't been good, but that has been a really good thing. So we feel very fortunate. And that's part of why we're wanting to raise money. One of our fundraising goals is we have technology at the program. We use a lot of like iPads and different types of tablets and things like that. We have communication boards. But what I would like is for each participant to have an iPad of their own that we can send home. And then again, for the program use, we have a certain number of iPads, but then everything could be loaded per each participant for what they needed to work on, because we can work on all kinds of like math goals and counting goals and reading goals, and then just sensory stimulation. So that's one of the things that we want to raise money for, which is why we're asking for so much. I actually upped our goal a lot, because I'm very hopeful that people are going to see our guys and just feel the need to give, and they can give a little or a lot, and we're fine with a lot. The other thing that we want to do is that we are in an old church and we have a wonderful facility, but it's very open to the public. And we've always wanted to do something with security to keep our participants safe. They are so vulnerable. And what I'm talking about is like door cameras and locks, basically. But now with COVID, even more so. The church hosts a lot of meetings. And even though we've got signs, do not come in this door, people do. It's easier, it's more convenient, whatever. So I think, especially with COVID, someone could unintentionally walk in and expose us all. So that's why I'm asking for so much money this year, because we really need that security system and we really need that technology. And of course, games and things too.
Right. Well, I think just the state of the world right now has forced all of us to think about things differently.
Right.
And for nonprofits especially, it's how do we continue to serve and protect the populations that we serve, and I think you're smart to be thinking about all of that. You're smart to be asking for that. That's what this fundraiser is for. So I'm excited to show people how to donate to you and help you reach your goal. Awesome. Okay, so folks, there are 2 really easy ways to get where you want to go to donate. So if you go to our website at the volunteercentertriad.org, you'll go to programs and you'll go to the human race, and there's all kinds of information here, because we have to over communicate how this event has pivoted and is now virtual. We're still registering people. So if you want to walk virtually for a mile, or run or roll for a mile, or for a 5K, You're still able to register, and there are 75 nonprofits that are participating in this fundraiser. And so after Gateway, these are alphabetical order, so it's really easy. So once you scroll down and see those participating nonprofits, you can click right on after Gateway's name, and that takes you right to their donate page. So you can go through our website. They have a goal of $25,000. They've raised $545 of that, 17 cents. Help them reach that goal. You have from now through June 22nd to donate. And like you said, Jane, $10 goes a long way.
Mhm.
And if you want to navigate through the actual, the human race website, which we're on, thehumanrace.itsyourrace.com. This is also where you're registered. And so if you're in the About tab, it tells you more about the event here. It also tells you how to use this app, which is going to be really, really fun. And then if you hit fundraising and donate, you can also search specific team members that are on the After Gateway team. Again, they're listed right here, so you can just click right on them. You can use the search bar, and you can continue to donate to see After Gateway jump into this top teams section here. So overall, this is the impact that this fundraiser has had so far. We have a huge goal. And so we really hope for all of these nonprofits collectively, we can raise over $150,000. So it's super easy to donate. And you can also become a fundraiser. You don't have to race, but you could just become a fundraiser and share your values, why it's important to you, why you feel like After Gateway or one of these nonprofits should be fundraised for. And for more information, Jane, I'm going to take people to your website.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you feel like is extra special for people to check out on your website at aftergateway.org?
Well, I mean, I think you should check out the whole thing. However, the pictures are great. So it's always nice to see our folks. As you can see, most of our folks have a one-to-one staff at all times. If you look at the picture, everybody's having a pretty good time. And there's a couple others. If you go to I think About Us, if you go up, well, I'm not sure where it is. Right up here. Well, I'm pointing at a screen.
Yes. This
is a cute picture here. This is, I believe this is at the Science Museum. We have memberships to the Science Museum. We go lots of, when we're not in the times we're in now, we're in the community as often as we can be. We have a van and a bus so we can to serve our individuals.
That's great.
They like to go bowling. They like to go, we do a lot of stuff at the program itself, as you can see.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
That's my dog. She's going to be a therapy dog. She's about twice that size now.
Oh, and some art. This is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely check out aftergateway.org to learn more about this amazing organization. Jane, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate your time and your passion and everything that you do. We are really, really grateful to have humble heroes like you in the Triad.
Thank you, Jordan, for letting me talk about something that I love.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate it.